So now in this next part of the journey, I just started learning my gifts. And the church I was at the time, they did evangelism and stuff. And so, I just started went out and talking to people and loving on people and learning my gifts. And again, just like I had bus ministry at the time, I wasn't driving. So I would go and just help, I just asked God, where can I help? And I just used whatever I had at the time, whether it's my energy, my time, just anything, you know what I mean? Just to serve God. And so, that helped me, in my journey, in the beginning of my journey, when I was still healing and going through and breaking these chains and stuff like that. It helped me get the focus off of my hurt, my pain, my problems, and it really did help me heal and refocus my energy. And when I help other people, and genuinely, you know what I mean, and just it helped me to see that other people have, a lot of other people are hurting more than you know what I mean. And so I would just always be grateful and thankful, you know what I mean. But it would just give me a humble heart, and people in wheelchairs and just people on the streets and just like and just evangelizing and just using my gifts wherever, you know what I mean. And so, but I want to share a story, a testimony. In the beginning of my walk, when I was at the shelter, I met this, this is the beginning of, me evangelizing and doing all this stuff. And so one of the guys, what's his name, Felipe? Well, I met this man at the shelter, and we became friends and stuff like that. He was around my age at the time. And, a little flirting, whatever. But, anyways, it was just, we just started talking and, and so, so I started sharing about my relationship with the Lord and, just excited and stuff like that. And started, I've always just looking back, loved the Lord, you know what I mean? Like, and so, and so I just started sharing my relationship with the Lord and talking with this person. And so planting the seed, you know what I mean? Like, and, he had a little crush on me, you know what I mean? And so, but we were like friends, like, and and so, I just remember for a couple months, he was looking for work. And, I just remember I kept planting seeds, and I was in the church I was going to at the time. And, and so just planting seeds. So he ended up starting. Now this guy didn't know God or anything like that. Okay. And this man started wanting to go in the church and just planting those seeds, you know what I mean? Like, and so he went to another church, and started going to that one. I forgot what, that someone invited him or something like that. And so, and so at the end of the day, we'd always come back to each other and talk, about the service or, what was going on. And, you know what I mean? Like, and so, and so, but at the end of so time goes by and, and then he finally finds a job, I've just been planting, hanging out. And, you know what I mean? Just like an innocent, like a little, flirt, like a little, just sharing God and planting those seeds, you know what I mean? Like, where was that at the time? And so, and so I end up, he ends up getting get my thought process together. He ends up getting another job because he was a chef, you know what I mean? And so, he was another chef. I mean, he was a chef. So he got a job. It was out in the middle of nowhere in this big, huge hotel. Anyway, so he was telling me about that. And he was like, oh, so sad that we had to split, you know what I mean? But like, again, just, planting seeds and stuff like that. And so anyways, when the day came when he had to go, and I was like, I felt something, like, I don't know how to explain it, you know what I mean? Like, but, anyway, so I took him to the Greyhound and again, prayed with him and, at the time and where I was at in my walk. And he gave me like this, oh man, I don't even know what I did with it, but it was a little coin and I probably have somewhere around here still, but it was a coin. And, what did I give it to him? And I was crying, I remember, you know what I mean? Like, I had a little bond, and, And so he got on a Greyhound, and I wished him well, and I prayed for him. I said, keep in contact, and so anyways, and so so he takes off, he goes there, and then I just go about my business doing my thing, and well, he ends up starting to, because he was found out he was a drinker, an alcoholic and stuff, and so that's what I was praying and praying over him, telling God could set him free, da da da. Anyways, and so he leaves to his work, Anyways, I found out his mom called me one day, or he got a hold of me, on the account, because we were friends, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like the last person, the female and stuff like that in his life. And anyway, she contacted me. She's like, have you heard from him? I'm like, oh no, I have not. And and so she was like trying to get hold of him. I haven't heard nothing from him, and time goes by, a couple of weeks go by. And anyway, so she finally gets a call, and she says, that they found him walking back. He had drinking a lot. So I guess someone dropped him off away from his cabin and from where he worked. And he walked in the snow in shorts and sandals, but he drank. So he had hypothermia, and then he died right at the door when he got to his door. So his mom called me and told me that the situation and stuff like that. And I was the last person with him, and talking to him and, praying with him and planting seeds. Anyways, and so she called me and asked if I would go down there with her to, because I was the last person, just for comfort, you know what I mean? And so I said, sure. And so she drove and picked me up, and I went down there so she could verify the body, and where he was at, where he was working at and stuff, and the funeral and stuff. Anyways, and so, yeah, I just held her hand. I held her hand right there, and I held her hand, and I just started, I was like this, and I was like, no, but just to comfort her, you know what I mean? Like, and so she could verify, his body. And she started crying, and, so I got to go with her and her sister, her mom and sister, and comfort them, you know what I mean? And during that process, and just share, just share my stories and stuff that we talked about, and how I was just praying with him, and sharing the Lord. And anyways, and so, yeah, she started doing the funeral. I went on a little trip with them, you know what I mean? And got to spend time with them and just comfort them, and during their grieving process. And it's crazy, you never know what people go through or when their time is. And that was one of my first, not exactly one of my first ones, but, just like that, I didn't know what day or time. But he ended up passing away, you know what I mean? Like, and so it was a really sad story. And I hope they're doing okay. I erased my old account because I had him on my old account, my sister. But anyways, you just, like I said, you never know, when someone's time is, you know what I mean? Like, and so that was one of my first, evangelist stories, and planting seeds, and you know what I mean? Like, and just being there for the mom, and being able to pray for them, and go to his home and see where he lived and stuff like that. And she invited me over. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that story. And and again, that's just one of my evangelist stories, you know what I mean? I have so much stories. As I go, I'll share them with you guys. And so I just remember just that day on, I kept planting seeds, you know what I mean? Like, everywhere I go, every time the Lord prompted me, you know what I mean? Like, was genuine, was serious about it, was just excited, you know what I mean? Like, and no matter where it was. So I just thank God, I know that during that time that the man accepted the Lord in his heart and his Savior, as a Savior. And yeah, only God knows that, and so I know I planted seeds in those last moments with him and God, or before that happened, but anyways, and so I just wanted to share that with you guys, and God bless you, and I'll continue sharing. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.